Hello everybody, today we're going to go over a DCC compatible adventure, Too Worm, Too Furious by Orbital Intelligence. This is a strange little book here. You kind of have to read it front to back to kind of get a really good feel about it. It's still beautifully done. It has this like illuminated manuscript feel to it, really cool. The art is by Scrap Princess, which I like, but I can see if someone's not too into the crazy feels there. You have a strange situation here. You have these worms that are growing all over the place, and there's going to be worms everywhere. And there's this kind of festival that happened. There's a bunch of hooks to get people involved. I feel like this thing could be run like 20 different times and probably not be the same each time because of how things happen in here. So you introduce the worm and how it goes, and the grub here. There's the god queen that you can meet. She is, I think that's her name. She is pretty impressive. You also have the worm itself when it gets into its adolescent form, which is, look how beautiful adolescence is. It's such a miracle. And as the worm continues to grow, eat people, and do all these other wormy things, it becomes more destructive and then becomes a cocoon. And from the cocoon will come the reckoning, which is pretty much like the apocalyptic event, where it becomes this huge moth thing that destroys everybody. There it is. Oh my goodness. Doombringer moth. And you can have him as a patron in DCC style. There's kind of like this strange festival where things begin, and from that festival bad stuff starts happening. There's all these interesting people that you could meet, the worm knights and stuff like that, or Knights of the Forgotten Silk Death Throes. Yes, really good stuff. Knights of the Forgotten Silk Order. There we go. They have flying things. You have all these worm hawks going around killing all the worms because, she is going to be destroyed by the worms. And, as the ruler, she does not want to be destroyed by the worms. So she sends her people out to go deal with all that stuff. There's a lot of ideas for villagers that you can meet. Again, the big patron death moth and all the awful things it can do, the spells involved, all that other good stuff. Overall, it just becomes a giant Mothra and destroys everybody if it gets to that point. And it's going to be a world-ending event. Let me see, where's the map at? So yeah, like in here, the map is very simple, where you have distance from the key location, so the throne, and your distance from the key location. There's a bunch of tables that you can do and keep track of to keep the worm growing into a big thing. You have different martyrs, crushing the kingdom, all these great things. So yeah, it's a very dark and grim, very grim-dark adventure for DCC. I have yet to run it just because my players have been wanting more levity rather than grimdark. But if you're wanting something that's a little more, down to earth and muck, Too Worm, Too Furious is very, very interesting and fun. You can see the worm as it grows, its dye type becomes bigger and bigger until, well, bad things happen. I'm very happy I got this. I think it's a really cool read. Mostly a bunch of tables and how the worm grows and the things that happen from there. But for the most part, this was a really cool piece of product that I got, and I'm very happy about it.